Hello everyone, I'm Joseph Dinesh, a Catholic commentator from Sydney, Australia. If you're a Protestant and on the path to converting to the Catholic faith, there is one final barrier you'll almost certainly face. Why choose the Catholic Church over the Orthodox Church? It's a serious and understandable question. After all, the Orthodox Church isn't some modern denomination. It has apostolic succession, valid sacraments, ancient liturgies, and a rich sacred tradition. So why not stop there? Why not go east instead of Rome? Before I give you the answer, let's watch this clip.
He told me the difference between the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church.
Well, it would be, so
the Eucharist is
the Catholic Church has a papal primacy,
Yes.
right? So they have the Bishop of Rome.
How does that come about? Why do they decide that there is a pope, and why does the Orthodox Church decide that there isn't one?
I mean, this is one of the disagreements between the East and the West, because the seat of Peter becomes very important in the West. And the East Church says, well, we have basically every other apostle, so we're not too concerned with the bishop in Rome. But there is a point in time where papal infallibility starts to develop. And then when the Pope chooses the emperor. So Charlemagne is crowned the Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. I think it's the year 800. Before that, the emperor kind of had influence who the Pope was. And this is where you get this subversion. And that's where I personally would say the Roman Catholic Big R, Big C Church starts. That's controversial. Roman Catholics don't like that I say that. But that's when you start to get this idea of a papal primacy and the magisterium as this concrete body. The East is not on board with that.
At all.
No, well, they just don't care. They don't think that the Bishop of Rome has any more or less authority than any of the other bishops. So they have the patriarchs, and they have that kind of set up.
As you just heard in the video, the key difference between the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church is the primacy of the Pope, the successor of St. Peter. Now you might be thinking, so what? The Orthodox Church has apostolic succession, valid sacraments, and a deep sacred tradition. Isn't that enough? Doesn't their patriarch fill the same role? Why does it matter if they don't have a pope? Well, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why the patriarch is not the same as the pope and why the pope's role is absolutely essential. First, practically speaking, unity is not optional. It's a defining mark of the church Christ founded. And this is where the Catholic Church stands apart. Through the Pope, the Church remains visibly united across continents, cultures, and languages. He's not just a symbolic figure, he's the living center of communion that keeps the global Church functioning as one body. The Orthodox churches, by contrast, are divided into self-governing patriarchates like Constantinople, Moscow, Antioch, and others, each autonomous, none with universal jurisdiction. The result, no clear voice, no final arbiter, and at times open schism like the current divide between Moscow and Constantinople. Because a patriarch may lead a region, but he cannot unite the world. And if Christ prayed that they may all be one, how can we settle for a communion that remains visibly divided? Second, theologically, the papacy is not a human development. It is a divinely instituted office established by Christ himself. And Jesus did not say to all the 12 apostles, "You are the rock." He said it to one man, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." In that moment, Christ made the See of Peter the visible and lasting foundation of his church. So if we truly believe that Christ established the papacy, then the Orthodox Church, by rejecting that authority and breaking communion with Rome, has separated itself from the very foundation Christ laid. And here's the hard question. How can you claim to be a church of God while knowingly defying what God has established? Can we really say we are being faithful to Christ if we follow him in some areas, yet reject his clear mandate in others? Third, spiritually, the Pope possesses a spiritual primacy that no Orthodox patriarch has ever been given or claimed. As the apostles shared in Christ's authority, but to Peter alone did Jesus give the keys, call the rock, and charge with strengthening the brethren and feeding the flock. This wasn't honorary, it was headship. The Pope, as St. Peter's successor, inherits the universal spiritual mission. Orthodox patriarchs, while honorable leaders, are regional heads. Their authority is local, not global. They don't speak for the entire church, and they were never meant to. It's the same difference between a governor of a state and the president of a country. A governor may lead a state, but when war breaks out, only the president speaks for the nation. If Christ gave one man the mission to shepherd the whole church, why are we trying to rebuild that church while ignoring the shepherd he chose? I just don't understand. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. God bless you.